Yo, what's happening people, is Where's the Remote here, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Snyder Cut trailer. So I'm really hyped. I'm a big DC fan, and you know, the Justice League movie that came out, I think everyone had like the same response to it. It just felt like it was a bit rushed, and obviously there was a lot of reasons behind that, with like other people taking over and like directing the film. I believe like Joss Whedon took over from Snyder. And then he kind of went down his own path with the film. A lot of people didn't like it, some did. I think overall it was okay. You could tell which bits in the film were Snyder, especially like right at the start with the, like, you know, it's kind of like dark and grim, and you have like the Batman scene, which is really cool, by the way. It was really, really good. And not to say Joss is bad, that's not what I'm saying, but as for me, I feel like with DC, it definitely, the route that Snyder went, because, how can I explain that? Like after Dawn of Justice, I feel like DC just got a lot of hate, and me personally, I wasn't happy with the film either, because it just felt, it didn't feel like what it should have been, you know, and a lot of people felt like they introduced Doomsday too early. And you know, it just felt a bit rushed in that sense. And you know, similarly, what people used to do as well, when I was like talking to them on forums and stuff, which was kind of annoying, was to be like, oh, but the first Avengers film did this, and then DC didn't do that. Of course, DC hasn't started doing films for every single character because they didn't necessarily have that time. All they've been doing is just the Dark Knight trilogy, and then like one or two other like films that they've done. Whereas Marvel, which was good of them, they did their solo films first, so everyone kind of got acquainted with the characters. Then they did the Avengers, where they kind of like summed everyone up into one film, right? DC did the opposite. They did Man of Steel, and that one film was supposed to be like the linking factor between all of the other heroes. So that's why at the start of Dawn of Justice, you saw you know, Batman running to save that kid because he was in the middle of the Zod fight that was happening in Man of Steel. So there was different things that was there. That's the route that they tried to take, to like correlate everything together, which was cool. I thought it was a good idea, but it's just, I felt like the execution of the film was not necessarily there. They could have fought a different villain. Like, even if it was just Lex, they don't have to like beat up Lex and capture him and like, yeah, Lex Luthor's never even gonna work, but nah, not like that. But there was a good couple of things that didn't need to happen in that film. Superman didn't need to die that early. I know that he does die and then he comes back, but I'm just saying in general, he didn't need to die that early in the whole grand scheme of things, because if he does die again, it's just not going to have the same weight that it should have had. But other than that, I'm really happy that, you know, Snyder's cut has been, you know, released, simply because a lot of people, after they watched Justice League, was just like, if you left the cinema kind of like half-heartedly, they're just like, ah, this was a meh film. There was really good moments in the Justice League film. I liked some bits of it, but there was just some bits it just felt a bit too much, and it's just, yeah, like some bits were, you know, the pacing of humor and then seriousness was just not there. It was just like literally throughout the film, I was just like, what's going on? why are you making jokes? Like, do you know what I mean? And some bits of it was a bit corny as well. Like when you had Barry Allen, for example. What's his name? I forgot what the actor's name is, but he didn't feel like a Barry Allen. He felt more like a Wally West. And if you guys have watched like the Justice League cartoon, you'll know exactly what I mean. He didn't feel like Barry Allen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't. Oh my god, someone's drilling it. But I don't picture him as Barry Allen. I can see him playing Wally West 100%, the more comedic type of Flash, but not like Barry Allen. I personally don't see Barry Allen as doing ninja signs and, you know, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that in that sense, that's what I felt. all in all, even I'm gonna keep ranting, but the Aquaman scene when he sits on the rope, that was okay-ish, you know. But even then, it was just the Aquaman film though, the solo film where he went to like reclaim his throne and all that stuff. Brilliant film. I'd say 8 out of 10. Really good film. I really like that film. But yeah, I know a lot of people, including myself, have been quite happy that Snyder's cut has been released. And you know, I want to see what route he takes, because obviously it's still going to be somewhat the same film, but it's gonna have Snyder's touch to it, because his fight scenes and stuff like that are 10 out of 10. If you guys have watched like the Watchmen and stuff like that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That like Snyder is good. A lot of people like underrate him for making all his films just dark and grey and stuff, but it works, you know. So I'd love to see like where this goes, or like what route this film takes, being like 100% Snyder. Because you can tell from when Whedon kind of like took over in his version of the film, halfway through it just kind of, you know, the type of just kind of like momentum of the film kind of steeps a bit. The humour, the colour palette was a bit too bright for me personally. I know Superman's blue and, you know, he's a symbol of hope and all that stuff, but it's just a bit too bright. I did like when it was a bit more darker, a bit more serious, because it had its own tone to it. Not every superhero film needs to be a replica of the Avengers. So I liked the route Snyder was going with DC. People saying it's too dark. I liked it. It was good. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this trailer.
This world won't fall like all the others.
No protectors here. Yo, that line is legendary. Look at the color palette. Look at the color palette. It's completely different. Jeez.
I had a dream. It was the end of the world.
I don't remember this scene being in the Justice League film.
He said the age of heroes would never come again.
Yo.
Oh, awesome.
Don't engage
Nice.
alone. We'll do this together.
Each of us in some way is held
Yeah,
back.
the wall's pretty good.
This is crazy.
That wasn't in the film. I don't remember someone flying up in the sky like that.
Honestly, I think we're all
I don't remember him doing that. With the
was a beacon to the world.
boombox.
He didn't just
Nice.
save people. He made them see the best
Yeah,
parts
this
of
looks.
themselves.
On my lead.
Yeah, this looks so different. Some bits a bit.
His army in hell.
Yeah. 2021. Man like Deathstroke, you know.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Special guest. Henry. Yo!
Hey guys, thought I might crash your little watch party.
Nice.
I have a question that is the mother of all our questions as a fandom. When will you release the Snyder Cut?
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. It's a hard question. I don't know. What do you think, Henry?
I reckon you should show it.
We're doing it. So get ready.
There we go. So yeah, like it's actually happening. I'm really hyped as a DC fan. I can't wait for it to come out. I would have loved to have been in that call. I would have been screaming my head off, like yeah. But yeah, like obviously it's still going to be somewhat the same film, I believe, unless they've changed something. I don't know. But some bits of it which were in the original trailer we got are now back. So this should be really good. 2021, next year. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be so sick. And I can tell already, like obviously I'm not saying that the film has to be completely dark and just, you know, doom and gloom. Oh, I can't do anything. No, nothing like that. I can't laugh. None of that stuff. But I like consistency. They started off with it being somewhat quite dark and stuff from Man of Steel. Moved on to Dawn of Justice. It was a bit more darker. I'm not saying that it's to go complete edge, but you know, keep it consistent. Don't just switch up like that for no reason. Because the Joker stuff was just a bit over the top. But I do love the route that they're going. If they continue it if they keep making movies from the Snyder Cut onwards. That would be really good. Just like the previous Justice League movie, that was like the beta, you know, just to see how people take to the film. And then this is the real one. That film didn't happen. The Justice League didn't happen. This is the one, the Snyder Cut. Yeah, this is the real one. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the trailer. I'm really hyped. Push the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah.